Welcome everyone to another virtual tour of Mexico City brought to you by the City.mx. Today we're going to take a quick stroll through the city's first modern neighborhood, and when I say modern I mean late 19th century modern. This is of course Santa María la Ribera. Now, today it is a super popular neighborhood for walking, and that's mostly because of the houses. Some are today in a rather lovely state of decrepitude, but still more and more are being lovingly restored. And these go on for street after street. Of course, they are punctuated here and there by a cafe or by a little restaurant where visitors end up spending the entire morning or afternoon. Our neighborhood of the day, Santa María, is bordered to the south by the Ribera de San Cosme, and across is the neighborhood of San Rafael. Both neighborhoods are becoming trendy, very artsy colonias. But Santa María still has a lot of what we call the barrio charm. And that's seen in the traditional tortilla vendors, the fondas, the cantinas. Some of them are reminiscent of the 1950s, when the area's demographic really began to shift. It is a neighborhood that's famous for historic mansions and vecindades, which are the old-style multi-family apartment buildings around a shared common courtyard or patio, which has served as the famous setting for many a Mexico City film. Now, after people have walked around the neighborhood, they will always end up here, and that's why it's our first stop. The very heart of Santa María is the central plaza with its astonishing kiosco morisco, the Moorish kiosk. It's located in the central park, the Alameda of Santa María, and it's one of the most beautiful of these central kiosks, or what some of you will want to call a gazebo. This one was built in 1884 as the Mexican Pavilion in the World's Industrial and Cotton Centennial Exposition in New Orleans. It was designed to be disassembled to be moved around as necessary. It was later installed in the main city park, the Alameda Central, before arriving at its final destination here in Santa María la Ribera in 1910. Just across the street is the UNAM Geology Museum on the park's northwest corner. It is a fantastic bioarts building, and it has ended up as the repository for a lot of the natural history and geological collection that used to be in another museum across the neighborhood. Today, most international visitors come specially to see the building, its magnificent staircase and the spectacular cabinetry, as well as for the museum collection itself. You can read more all about this on the website, and I hope you will. Just a few blocks away is the museum from which came a lot of the UNAM geology collection. It is the Museo Universitario del Chopo, the Museo del Chopo, or simply El Chopo. It's also an UNAM museum, but this historical building has gone through change after change over the course of the 20th century. Today, it is an art museum and an experimental art venue with a ton of energy and a constantly changing slate of events. Remodeled between 2004 and 2010, it has put the neighborhood on the arts and culture map. It received quite a lot of attention from architectural press as well. You can read a lot more about it on the website. Now, one final stop on our tour. Although there are a lot more details than I can give here, it is the oldest of them all in this neighborhood. La Casa de los Mascarones, that is at the corner of the hectic Ribera de San Cosme Avenue. It is an 18th century Baroque residential palace. It's mostly famous for the carvings and ornamentation for which it's named. The House of Masks shows half a dozen stone telamons. These are male figures used as columns that ornament the facade and support the spouting gargoyles you can see along the roof. All of this is carved in local limestone. Construction on the house began in 1766 and finished probably around 1771. It then went through a difficult 19th century, but by the mid-1920s, it was part of the National University too. It's still surrounded by legends of apparitions and hauntings. It's one of the oldest things you'll see in this tour, and also just one of the many properties that people walk Santa María to see and enjoy. Now, don't forget to visit the City.mx to find a lot more information on Santa María and especially the many smaller places in the neighborhood. Until you get to Mexico City yourself, remember to follow us on Twitter and Facebook, subscribe to the YouTube channel and ring the bell for notifications. And if you want to know more, just drop us a line. The email address is at the bottom of every page.